and it seemed to me as though she were pleased. Her face grew so bright, I was alarmed. "Don't be afraid, don't be afraid. I'm not frightened of that at all." She suddenly sat up and leaned on her elbow. "Now, yes, now I can tell you that I thank you with my whole heart, that you were kind and good, that I love you." I stared at her, like one possessed. "It was terrible for me, you know. Do you hear? I love you, Alexandra Andreevna. How have I deserved?" "No, no, you don't. You don't understand me." And suddenly she stretched out her arms, and taking my head in her hands, she kissed it. Believe me, I almost screamed aloud. I threw myself on my knees and buried my head in the pillow. She didn't speak. Her fingers trembled in my hair. I listened. She is weeping. I began to soothe her, to assure her. I really don't know what I did say to her. "You will wake up the girl," I say to her. "Alexandra Andreevna, I thank you. Believe me, calm yourself." "Enough, enough," she persisted. "Never mind all of them. Let them wake then. Let them come in. It does not matter. I am dying, you see. And what do you fear? Why are you afraid? Lift up your head. Or perhaps you don't love me. Perhaps I am wrong. In that case, forgive me." "Alexandra Andreevna, what are you saying? I love you, Alexandra Andreevna." She looked straight into my eyes and opened her arms wide. "Then take me in your arms." I tell you frankly, I don't know how it was I did not go mad that night. I feel that my patient is killing herself. I see that she is not fully herself. I understand too that if she did not consider herself on the point of death, she would never have thought of me. And indeed, say what you will, it is hard to die at 20 without having known love. This was what was torturing her. This was why, in despair, she caught at me. Do you understand now? But she held me in her arms and would not let me go. "Have pity on me, Alexandra Andreevna, and have pity on yourself," I say. "Why?" she says. "What is there to think of? You know I must die." This she repeated incessantly. If I knew that I should return to life and be a proper young lady again, I should be ashamed. Of course ashamed. But why now? "But who has said you will die?" "Oh no, leave off. You will not deceive me. You don't know how to lie. Look at your face." "You shall live, Alexandra Andreevna. I will cure you. We will ask your mother's blessing. We will be united. We will be happy." "No, no. I have your word. I must die. You have promised me. You have told me." It was cruel for me, cruel for many reasons. And see what trifling things can do sometimes. It seems nothing at all, but it is painful. It occurred to her to ask me, what is my name? Not my surname, but my first name. I must needs be so unlucky as to be called Trifon. Yes, indeed, Trifon Ivanich. Everyone in the house called me doctor. However, there is no help for it. I say Trifon, madam. She frowned, shook her head, and muttered something in French. Oh, something unpleasant, of course. And then she laughed, disagreeably too. Well, I spent the whole night with her in this way. Before morning, I went away, feeling as though I were mad. When I went again into her room, it was daytime, after morning tea. Good God! I could scarcely recognize her. People are laid in their grave looking better than that. I swear to you, on my honor, I don't understand. I absolutely don't understand. Now, how I lived through that experience. 3 days and nights my patient still lingered on. And what nights! What things she said to me! And on the last night, only imagine to yourself, I was sitting near her, and kept praying to God for one thing only. Take her, I said, quickly, and me with her. Suddenly the old mother comes unexpectedly into the room. I had already the evening before told her, the mother, there was little hope, and it would be well to send for a priest. When the sick girl saw her mother, she said, "It's very well you have come. Look at us. We love one another. We have given each other the word." "What does she say, doctor? What does she say?" I turned livid. "She is wandering," I say, "the fever." But she, "Hush, hush. You told me something quite different just now, and have taken my ring. Why do you pretend? My mother is good. She will forgive. She will understand. And I am dying. I have no need to tell lies. Give me your hand." I jumped up and ran out of the room. The old lady, of course, guessed how it was. I will not, however, weary you any longer, and to me too, of course, it's painful to recall all this. My patient passed away the next day. God rest her soul. The doctor added, speaking quickly and with a sigh, before her death, she asked her family to go out and leave me alone with her. "Forgive me," she said. "I am perhaps to blame towards you, my illness, but believe me, I have loved no one more than you. Do not forget me. Keep my ring." The doctor turned away. I took his hand. "Ah," he said, "let us talk of something else. Or would you care to play preference for a small stake? It is not for people like me to give way to exalted emotions. There is only one thing for me to think of: how to keep the children from crying and the wife from scolding. Since then, I have had time to enter into lawful wedlock, as they say. I took a merchant's daughter, 7,000 for her dowry. Her name is Akulina. It goes well with Trifon. She is an ill-tempered woman, I must tell you, but luckily she is asleep all day. Well, shall it be preference?" We sat down to preference for halfpenny points. Trifon Ivanich owned 2 roubles and a half from me, and went home late, well pleased with this success. End of The District Doctor by Ivan Tuganev.